Hey, today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new, exciting tent from AYAMAYA. So here's the tent itself. So judging by this pack size, we know this is going to be a family size tent. This sleeps up to 10 people. Let's get a pack size here. We are 26 inches long and 9 inches. Weighs just a little over 28 pounds, so basically 28 pounds for this tent. You get a nice blue carry bag for this tent with handles, and you get two compression buckle straps, and the zipper goes all the way down on one side and up. So we get a nice compression strap here. Once you get the tent rolled up, helps keep everything in place. Here are the tent poles. Here are the ground pegs. Now this tent is so large that it does come with 2 room dividers. These can also be used as a movie projector screen. So essentially, if you had a little movie projector for your phone, you could project it onto one of these room dividers and use it as a outdoor theater. Very cool. Not sure what this is. This might be the rain fly. It's not a full coverage rain fly. It basically covers the skylight part of the tent. These ground stakes are pretty substantial. Okay, we have our poles. We got our poles out, and we've put them together. So we have some with pre-bent curves in them. We have 2 long ones, 2 short ones. The 2 shorter ones with pre-bent curves are color coded. You see one has an orange on the end. The other one has gray on the end. So we're going to look for tabs on the tent to color code match that. We have 2 shorter straight poles there. I'm guessing those are going to be like ridge poles, brow poles, to kind of help hold up the entrance. All right, here is a look at the AYAMAYA 10-person cabin tent without the rain fly. So you're gonna have 2 entrances, one on the front and one on the back is the same exact entrance. So some things I want to point out to you about this tent. Let's talk about the poles. They are fiberglass. I do prefer aluminum poles, but when you're dealing with budget-friendly tents, you know, the key word is budget. You got to keep that cost down. There are 8 poles, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 poles, and they're pretty long. So by keeping these fiberglass, we did keep the cost down quite a bit. But being fiberglass poles, they are a very thick diameter. They are pretty substantial. They're about the size of my pinky. And as many of them as there are holding the structure up, it would take a lot of force to break these fiberglass poles. So the pole sleeves, I do like the attention to detail on the pole sleeves. They are kind of a mesh pole sleeve, so if you do get some moisture overnight, it's not going to collect. You know, if it starts to pull up on somewhere, it will drain through the mesh and you won't have any water collecting or pulling with the pole sleeves. Okay, so I mentioned two of the pre-bent poles, the shorter ones. They go on the edge of the tent. They are color coded. The orange side, you just find the orange tab and place that pin in the bottom of it, and it goes through the pole sleeve with the orange right here on the edge there of the pole sleeve. That way you know where that pole goes. There is a difference between each side. This side is a little bit longer, so it's designed a little bit different. And you'll see when we show you the gray tip pole. So here's the gray tip pole. We know we got it right because we have the gray tab here. Same thing, you put the pin in the bottom of the pole, and the pole sleeve here has the gray, so we know this is where that pole goes. So this side here is not quite wide as the other side. So when you construct this tent, you're going to do the two main long pre-bent poles first, and it's going to be the pole sleeves that are in the X pattern at the very peak of the tent. So those are the poles that you do first. They are black. You match it up with the black tabs. Same over here, the black tab. Those will be first. Then you're going to put in your side poles, your gray and your orange. Your orange one does not come in contact with the main pole structure. Like I said, this is wider out here, so it's creating loft for the tent out this way. This one here, there's a reason why you do the two main poles first, the center ones. It gives the tent the main structure, and then when you put in the gray one, it goes on the outside of the main pole into your gray tab. Same thing on the other side. You have a loop and toggle right here that holds this connection together. So as the wind starts blowing and flexing, this is not going to separate, hindering any of your structure. Along with the pole sleeves, you are going to get some pole hooks. So once you get them sleeved in, you get them put into their pins, you just go around and connect all these clips. Now these last two pole sections, the shorter ones, these are your brow poles. They go over the main two poles here, and they connect to a tab at the end. So this is kind of your entryway. It's like a little porch. So it just lofts that up over. This allows you to get in and out of the tent. Maybe you have some rain coming in. You can get under here and get in. So once you open this door, this kind of covers the doorway entry area. You do have a lot of tie-out points. They do give you some guidelines. And here is a tie-out point. There's going to be one at the other end. And then what's really cool is your main 4 guy out points, or 6, you have these nice Velcro mesh pockets for your guy line. That just kind of cleans things up. This one, you can stuff it in there, Velcro it closed. It's not, when you go to pack it away and unpack it, it's not going to get tangled up in your poles or anything else. Just a nice clean way to pack away your guy lines. So there are 6 of these pouches. I believe there's 6. We're going to go around and we're going to count them right now. So there's 2 on this end. There's 1 on the back end, the same spot here. This is near the doorway. So near each doorway, this is going to come out this way. That one's going to come out this way. You want your guy lines about 45-degree angle from your tent. So we do have another set here. and another set here. So we have 8 guy lines with pouches built into the tent. Very nice. Here's the other guy out point if you so desire for extra stability if it gets a little windy. All right, so attaching the rain fly, we're going to turn it upside down so the bottom is facing us. We're going to take the very center toggle and loop. It connects right here. This is going to be the end. And then you have 2 more loop and toggles on a bungee right here. And then we're just going to grab this end and then just drag it over. Do the same thing on the other side. And then there's going to be some bungees on the side. All right, once you get the 2 ends of the rain fly, the correct sides, gray tab matched up with the gray tab, orange tab matched up with the orange tab. You got all 4 corners, you got the center loop and toggle. Now then, we're going to go around and look for other bungee tie-off points. So here we have this, so it's black onto the black loop. And here's another one, and we're probably gonna have 2 on the other side, so let's get those done. All right, here's a look at the AYAMAYA 10-person cabin tent with the rain fly on. So they make it easy to know which end goes where. Everything is color coded. Just match up the color coding, gray with gray, orange, orange, black and black, and you'll have no issues. Attach it upside down on one end and then pull it over to the other end, attaching, and then going around and attaching your other bungees. Remember, always go on the outside of the pole and connect. See, outside of the pole and then connect. That just pulls the rain fly a little bit tighter and puts it into place where it's supposed to be. Basically, this rain fly is covering your whole entire skylight. That is going to make it waterproof. Now the tent is already waterproof, 3,000 millimeter water coating. So you're still able to access your guy out points around the tent. And then remember that one where I said you could do an extra guy out? It actually loops and toggles the rain fly to the tent, and then you get an extra guy out point here. Very nice. Pretty good attention to detail there, being able to guy out this large tent. With this pole structure, the way it's configured and the diameters of the pole, this is a very substantial, rigid tent. You can see we got some of the windows down. Man, you can really create a lot of airflow in here. Now with that rain fly on, we got some shade overhead. We got a breeze coming in from behind us. We can create some cross ventilation in here. Should make it more bearable for the summertime camping. So we got the 2 partitions in here. The 2 internal walls. Easy to put up, just 4, put the narrow end at the top, the wider end at the bottom. Pretty easy. And it just divides off the tent into 3 sections. Remember, this is our wider end, so you can have a little bit more room there. Here's a look at the main area of the tent. Here's the other side. This is the shorter side, but you can still get 2 campers in there pretty easily. It's very hot here in Texas today. So I'm standing up in the center of the tent here. I'm 6 feet tall without my shoes on. I've got like about a ½ inch. So it's 6 feet and a ½ inch tall at the very peak. So it is nice to be able to stand up. For whatever reason you may need to do so. But as far as glamping out this tent, you can really do that with this amount of space. We're looking at 9.5 feet wide, 14.5 feet in length. That is a good sized tent. And you can partition it off 2 sections. You can take one down, you can have them all out, and then just sleep 10 people in here. It's very versatile with these dividing panels. So also you can use, if you have a little projector for your phone, little movie projector, you can project it onto here. It acts like a movie screen. That is kind of cool. Makes me wish I had one. All right, let's take a look around inside. So we've got some pockets here, there, on the other end. That are those four are the only pockets. These are the room dividers. I just have them down so we can see everything. This is the other one. So we do have a hook up here just for your light source. Also, we have these two Velcro loops. That is so you can run a power line in here, and this is your power cord pocket. So you can run the power cord up here and power a light source or fan, whatever you want to do. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 windows, 2 of which are on the doors. And then this wider end has these extra windows right here on the corners. Very nice, very breathable tent. Well, there you have it. This is the AYAMAYA 10-person cabin tent. Very roomy, very versatile with the room dividers, being able to divide the tent up into 3 sections, or maybe just 2. Using one of the panels for a theater wall is kind of cool. Having an outdoor theater right here in your tent while you're out camping is pretty neat. And then all the windows, being able to close it off, and then all the mesh panoramic ceiling is very cool too. So if you had some decent weather, you could take that rain fly off and view the stars. So as budget-friendly tents go, this is a really good tent for family camping. You can find tents similar, like at your local Walmart on the shelf, but they're going to be about the same price point, but they're not going to be waterproof. The seams aren't going to be heat tape sealed, and it's not going to have waterproof coating on the tent. So I would suggest, you know, if you're not in a hurry to go ahead and get that family size tent, then click on that link below and order you one of these.